Hello guys, you're watching Game On. I'm Laurie.
And I'm Grace, and we have just been down to the Xbox One preview event.
Yeah, we have, and we played Killer Instinct, and I won.
Yep. Not by much.
By miles.
Not by much.
So far that the game was like, Ultra Combo, Laurie wins, Grace is rubbish, the rubbish is off the ball.
Well, I had to go on Dead Rising 3 and
Yeah,
it
I know,
was
that's much
awesome.
better than what I got to do. I got to film that. And we also got to see Forza 5. So we kind of chucked all the stuff that we got today into a quick preview. So we're going to show that in a sec. But if you do want to see full cuts of these interviews that we got with Forza 5 and Dead Rising 3, let us know in the comments. We're going to see what we can do. We've also got some other really nice stuff.
Some pretty cool stuff coming from the Xbox event. You just have to come back to check it out.
So you should definitely subscribe and you should definitely enjoy this. So there are 3 things in life that you just don't say no to. 1, free food. 2, a date with Mila Kunis. And 3, an invite to an Xbox One preview event from Microsoft. And because I don't see Mila Kunis anywhere, and I'm pretty hungry, I reckon I must be at an Xbox One preview event. Get in.
Actually, I'm really glad that Mila Kunis wasn't there. I wouldn't want her to see me drooling over the gorgeous games that Microsoft had on display. Dribble is just not attractive. But Forza 5 is, if you're into engines and hand-stitched leather upholstery, that is. I played Forza 4 and I thought that looked pretty damn fine. So when I sat down with Turn 10's creative director Dan Greenwalt, I asked what more they could possibly do to Xbox's biggest racer.
Well, in many ways you could think of Forza 4 having a prototype of what we were going to do in Forza 5. Forza 4 had 26 cars that could be explored in Auto Vista mode. This means you could open them up and get inside, really look at the details. These cars were million poly, they were very high resolution. We found that there was actually a limit of where we were getting to with poly count and texture resolution. There was almost an uncanny valley. It's a term we use in video games for the disassociation you have between humans in the real world and humans in the digital world. We found cars were very similar, and what we had to capture were the imperfections that make a car look more real. The orange peel in the paint, the scratches on the rotors, the way that the human hands actually built the car.
So they actually went through and made everything uglier, and yet so much prettier. They also went down to an exacting level of detail when replicating the cars and tracks in the game using a laser scanner.
We invested in a new rig for Forza Motorsport 5 that actually has incredible point density. It has sub-centimeter accuracy, so it means we can go scan a track like Spa, like Silverstone, like Bathurst, and we're collecting the aberrations all over the track, the cracks in the concrete, the weeds growing up through the tire walls. This laser scanner is able to capture just minute details.
So prepare for potholes and a more authentic driving experience. But what if you don't want to go fast? What does the Xbox One have for those who want to take life at a slower pace? Say, a shamble.
So Dead Rising 3 is the story of Nick Ramos, who's a mechanic with a mysterious past. It takes place in the city of Los Perdidos, which has been quarantined by the military. There's been this massive zombie outbreak, and you're just in there trying to survive.
That'll do. But the old Dead Risings used to be kind of cartoony. So what's the deal with the new, grittier look?
We wanted to make an open world zombie game first and a comedy game second. If you look at Dead Rising 1 and 2, it was kind of bombastic colors and things like that. Part of it was, stylistic decisions. Part of it was because we couldn't afford dynamic lighting. We couldn't afford, reflection maps. We couldn't afford dynamic, shadows and sophisticated materials and things like that because we were spending all of our memory on just zombies, right? And we had all those annoying loading zones between areas. Now with the Xbox One, we can have a massive open world, fully streaming, and we can give it a visual fidelity upgrade, right? So naturally, just by putting all these extra rendering features in there, the game looks a little bit more sophisticated, and we wanted to put a little bit more emphasis on the zombies, right? We wanted the zombies to be a threat. They're more aware, they're more vicious, they're more deadly than they were before. They used to just kind of be meat sacks that hung around and just waited for you to kill them. Now they respond to light, sounds, and the environment. They come after you. You can use those instincts against them. So it's just much more alive and believable world.
Yep, a more alive world full of undead zombies and an incredibly pretty racer full of uglier cars. That's the power of Xbox One, people. But in all seriousness, there was some seriously impressive stuff on display at the showcase that not only looked like it belonged to a brand new generation of gaming, but leveraged the incredible technology to create new gameplay opportunities. And it makes waiting for November the 22nd to roll around just that little bit harder.